guys, welcome back with another video here on Classic Sports, and today we'll be ranking the best stadiums in England. You might be asked, how am I going to do this? Am I going to be how the atmosphere in the stadium is? Am I going to see just how the beauty is? Is it like a beautiful stadium? I'm going to kind of do both, you know, in addition with the atmosphere, also kind of how it looks. And let's get straight to the video. Going straight away with a team who I think stadium is an absolute dump. It's always a mess there, and I think the atmosphere is just terrible, you know. The stadium's usually half empty, not many fans. But obviously, there are actually from that particular place, but I just don't think it's the best of stadiums to go to on a away day, and just the atmosphere. It is Burnley. So they are sitting in the bottom of the table for the stadium. Right, so 19th place now I have gone with Molineux Stadium. Now, people may disagree. I think Molineux, it's very hard because we've got so many brilliant stadiums in the Premier League, but Wolves don't have the best fans, and yes, they usually do get quite good attendance, but I just think also it's quite a small stadium, not that much capacity, so it's going in my 19th place. Right, 18th place, I've gone with a team that only holds 11,000 in their stadium. It is the Vitality Stadium, Bournemouth. You may ask, why didn't you put them bottom? I think they have actually got quite decent fans, especially that's why it's such a hard place to get wins at, because the fans are so close to the pitch that they distract you so easily. I think it's a really tough place to play at. That's why I haven't put it bottom, but it's still 11,000 capacity, cannot go high, 18th place. Right, we move on out of the relegation zone, 17th place, and this is a team whose the stadium itself is really well built, but the capacity is only 27,000 and the fans are dead silent. I've gone with Carrow Road, Norwich. Their fans are pretty much dead silent most of the game. And the reason I haven't put it in the relegation zone is just how it's well built, the structure. It's a beautiful stadium, but it doesn't hold many fans. They don't make much noise, 17th place. Right, next up is 16th place, and it's a team that holds 30,000 in their stadium, the Amex. The reason I've gone with this one is because there isn't much support from the fans. It's usually like half empty. They don't chant much. I haven't put them so down because I think they've got really loyal fans, and I really like the Amex. I like the way it's built, but support-wise, it's one of the lowest teams, so they go 16th place. Right, 15th place is a controversial one. Watford FC, Vicarage Road, only holds 22,000, and most of the time it's pretty empty. Yes, they've got brilliant support, and I know that, and the reason it's empty, you're going to know why. Because there aren't many fans in London who support Watford. It's usually Chelsea, Arsenal, Tottenham. You don't find many Watford fans, but I know they're loyal, but I just think you need to base it on the actual beauty of the stadium as well. They've got good support, not really it's very empty most of the time, and it's not the nicest of stadium, and that's why I've put it in 15th place. Right, next up is 14th, and I have gone with St Mary's. Yes, they hold a decent amount of fans, but it's pretty much empty most of the time, and I'm really saying this one. I've never seen it full. They don't chant that much, and it's an alright stadium. I'm only giving them this high because of the actual attendance. You know, how it looks, it's not that bad. The fans aren't that good though, so I'm putting it in 14th place. Right, moving on to 13th, and I've gone with a stadium that, judging from the stadiums I've gone so far, you guys probably think that I like stadiums with capacity, but I don't like this one. It holds 60,000 people, the London Stadium. I don't really like it because I think the fans are usually quite far away from the pitch. They're not really in the stadium. I don't like it how also it's quite high. It's a bit like spacious, if you know what I mean. The atmosphere is all right. I like their old stadium much better, West Ham's. And ever since they moved to London Stadium, you can see it definitely affected their results. So that's why I'm putting it in 13th place. Right, moving on to 12th place, and it is it's an average stadium. It's Bramall Lane. Sheffield United, they play quite well there, and the fans are pretty good. The reason I've put it so high is just because the way it's built, again, don't really like it. It's all right. It's your average stadium. They've got really good fans, though, so I put them mid-table, 12th place. Right, moving on to 11th place, I've gone for a stadium that holds around 39,000 capacity. It is Goodison Park. It's a pretty iconic stadium for the Premier League. So close, obviously, to the brilliant Anfield. But I think it's an underrated stadium. I haven't put it too high because I don't think the fans are the best at Goodison. But it's one of my personal favourites is just looking at it. It's a really nice stadium. And I think it's going to go again, mid-table, 11th place. Right, moving on to mid-table, I'm going for a stadium that is a pretty basic stadium, but I really like it. I think the fans are pretty good there, really loyal, been through the tough times, and now in the good times. It's the King Power Stadium, belongs to Leicester City. It's been a rough years for Leicester fans, you know, obviously winning the title now and finally getting up to the peak of their club. But I just think if we're going to look at the actual stadium, obviously I said they got good fans. I haven't put them too high because I think the stadium's pretty average. I like it. I don't like anything flashy, but I think it's a nice stadium, got really good fans, 10th place. Right, moving on to 9th place, and I've gone with a stadium that only holds 29,000 people. Really not that many people in that stadium. It's a compact stadium. That's what I like about it. After Stamford Bridge, obviously, is my favourite stadium. I haven't put it obviously that high because I think if you're looking at it from a neutral perspective, it's just an average stadium, but I really like it. The fans are probably the best in the league. Selhurst Park has to be in the top half for me. The fans are brilliant, and the actual stadium, I like how it's really compact and how the fans are literally part of the team. Obviously, I said this about Bournemouth as a negative point, but I think for Selhurst Park, the fact that the fans are so close to the pitch, and I think it comes out as a positive because the fans encourage the players. In Vitality, not much noise is made. You can hear like single words. With Crystal Palace, they're a club that is a community and you can hear them all chanting. I think that's why I've put them higher, and that's why I like this, that the fans are closer to the pitch and more compact. That's why I like it, and that's why I put it in 9th place. Number 8 is the first top 6 team. We are going with the Emirates, and obviously it's literally a library there, and I know that, but I think if we actually look at the stadium, it's a pretty nice stadium. It's really, you've got a lovely view of it when you literally go past it. The outside is brilliant. The inside, not so much. I don't like how far away the fans are from the pitch. You might think, why, if I'm so critical of it, why am I putting it 8th? I think as a big club, it's got good attendance. And I just think I like the way it's built, except for the fans. I think it's a really nice stadium. Obviously, the fans aren't that good, but I think the way the stadium was built kind of gives it a big push to put it in the top half. Not that good for actually a top 6 club, but I'm putting them 8th place. Anyway, in 7th place, I have gone with the Etihad, Manchester City. People might think the Etihad is usually quite an empty stadium, but I think it's actually it's actually a really nice stadium from the outside and the inside. I like the way on the outside. I like how the fans are so close to the pitch. The reason it isn't any for most of the time is actually a lot of the fans come from Manchester. You don't have many Man City fans who don't live in Manchester. So I respect that about them. Yes, they don't have the best of fans, but I really like the stadium. I'm putting it in 7th place. Moving on to 6th place, I'm going with Stamford Bridge. People usually think, like, when you think about Stamford Bridge, you think about quiet fans, stuff like that. But it's a beautiful stadium. I've been there so many times that I can tell you that it's a beautiful stadium. I think we've got really underrated atmosphere as well. I think in a derby, it's literally brilliant atmosphere. It's really nice there. But the actual stadium is probably the most beautiful stadium in the whole of the league, one of the most. I'm putting it in 6th, maybe because the atmosphere isn't so good compared to other stadiums, but I'm putting it 6th place. Right, 5th place now. I'm going with the stadium that people actually sometimes put first, so maybe I've put it a bit lower than some people would have expected. St James's Park. Newcastle fans are very passionate, and the stadium is a brilliant stadium. I love it. It's a beautiful stadium. We've got so many good stadiums in the Premier League. Yes, it's only gone 5th. I had these 5 stadiums that I'm going to do. I was literally don't know where to put them. I've gone with Newcastle 5th, a beautiful stadium. I cannot criticise it. 5th place. Right, 4th place is Aston Villa, Villa Park. I think Aston Villa have brilliant fans, and it's a really original stadium, Aston Villa. Yes, they only got promoted to the Premier League this season, but they've got a beautiful stadium, one of my favourite grounds in the whole Premier League. It's really tight between them and Newcastle, judging on the actual stadium, and I was really controversial between these two. I was thinking of putting them 5th and 5th, 4th and 4th, but I've decided to go with Villa, just to the fact that I think Newcastle, sometimes they can be a bit quiet. You know, Villa always cheer their team on when they're down 6-0 to Manchester City or beating a team. They're always with their team. So Villa, 4th place. Right, 3rd place. We are in a 3-horse race here for who have the best stadium in the Premier League, and I'm going to go for the stadium of the team who'd usually bottle up this 3-horse race, the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. I went there recently for a Chelsea away game, and I'll have to admit, it is a lovely stadium. It's such an electrifying atmosphere, and just the stadium is so modern, and it's a beautiful stadium. Yeah, it's a really nice place to be at, and just to be there at a tourist attraction. It's so nice there. The only reason I haven't put it higher, I think the 2 stadiums left, which is Anfield and Old Trafford, are very iconic old Premier League stadiums, so I think they have to be battled out for the top 2 stadiums in the Premier League. Right, 2nd place to decide which team is the 2nd place and which stadium is the best in the Premier League, and we're going to go up to north in Manchester to decide this, and then go even more north up to Liverpool and I'm putting Anfield in second place to put Old Trafford, the best stadium in the Premier League. Old Trafford holds 76,000 people in the stadium, the most, I believe, in the whole of the Premier League, and you cannot deny that it's a beautiful stadium. I haven't gone with Liverpool. Obviously, they have a brilliant stadium. Anfield is such an iconic stadium, and with the You'll Never Walk Alone is such a traditional song. I just think after that, it's not the best of atmospheres at Liverpool. Old Trafford, yes, it's more or less your average, but the beauty of it, it's such a nice stadium. It's the top of my list to go into a Premier League stadium that I haven't gone to. The stadium I want to go to most is Old Trafford. So they are the best stadium in the Premier League. Right, that's it for today, guys. If you did enjoy today's video, please leave a like, a comment, subscribe, tap the bell. Hopefully it won't take up too much of your time, and it's a decision you will not regret. If you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. And I've already made a few, so there should be a video on the screen somewhere that will lead you to another video like this. And thanks for watching, and stay safe.